Hello, hello, hello. Let me check in with Remote Control by Nydia Corafor. Uh, a novella. Like most of her novellas, you can tell I'm about 3 hours and a bit through what something is like about 4 hours long, listening to it. Um, that it's going to be the start of a story. I kind of wish that Nydia Corafor would just release all these as one book versus I guess it's definitely highly crafted, but I really wish you would just kind of release these things as one book versus one little part of the story, and then we'll wait a while and we'll get another part of the story. Though most likely she'll skip over the what she considers the route part of it, route the rote part of it, and go on to the next part. Um, at least that was my experience with her the Binti series and the oh fuck the other series, the Akata Witch series, where I think there's a couple of things going on with Nydia Corafor that which made me kind of reluctant to take this up. But I was like, oh, it's a kind of a very short book. The library system I'm using is switching over to a different system, so this is a really easy thing to consume, to get through before the thing shuts down on June the 9th. We're at June the 2nd today, so I've got no problems with actually getting through all this. Um, because like yeah, there's like 45 minutes left in this. Um, this is so far really good story. Young child playing in a tree. Meteor comes out of the sky, lands right under her tree, like thing, and it's like a seed that goes into the ground. It actually it crawls into the tree, goes into her, it kind of goes into her body, and then it seemed to go out and then into the ground, and it's a seed that comes out in a box, and a politician comes by and takes that seed from that box, um, and there's um, there's an incident, and she glows green and kills everybody, like the entire village. Um, and yes, it turns out that the politician had gotten robbed by his one of his minders, uh, kind of basically a criminal, had taken the seed and all of the guy's money, and she's hunting him down. And that's indeed how the book opens: is her hunting this guy down and her being known as this kind of death agent of death, that everyone kind of respects. They It's like a Twilight Zone episode where it's like, oh my god, this kid has so much power. This kid has so much power. Um, she finally does track down the guy. He's like, I don't have it anymore. I'm dying of cancer. And you know, he tries to shoot her. She ends up just burning him to a crisp. That's her with her powers. This green fiery power. Um, and she's like, fuck this, fuck that box. And she decides, because she's got a sense, like an internal GPS, that she can sense it. So she says, nope, I'm not going to do that, and goes the opposite direction. Um, Ends up in Robotown, where she's befriended by Aja, who is kind of the local kind of tech person there, who sells all the tech from out the thing. She kind of employs her to kind of protect her thing, because criminals are always trying to thing, and indeed she drives away some criminals. She introduces her to a sister at a mosque, and they kind of encourage her to say, like, look, you can put these bury these aside, kind of love of Allah. You can put this aside, wear a hijab. Um, and she does. She does for a good while, and indeed so well that they're actually going to agree to allow her to go to school. but the robot there is always watching her, always watching her. And one day she comes to the market and there's the box. So apparently the fucking thing decided, well, since she's not tracking it, it will track her. She buys the box. She goes off somewhere to look at it alone. The robot that runs this place, that protects the intersection, that's stopped all the deaths and is actually really valued by the village. One of its drones drops down, and it really pisses her off. All she wants is privacy. This drone is just going closer and closer and closer, and so she leaps up and touches it, and that's it, because she's just inimical to all tech. She kills all tech. She can't be driven anywhere. She has to walk everywhere. And the second she kills it, there's a car accident. There's an accident in the intersection because the robot was so distracted. It gave a green light at the wrong time, ran over a 7-year-old girl. And then there's a mob just wanting out for her blood. And they start pummeling her and beating her, and you're thinking, calling her a witch, which, Nydia Okorafor is Nigerian American. Wonder how Nigerians feel about kind of depictions of like, oh, burn the witch, burn the witch. I mean, just asking from an outside point of view of, it's not like a great representation of people in a lot of these things. It's like there's a lot of ignorant, superstitious, violent people in these in Nydia Okorafor's stories. And I guess if you're criticizing from within, that's one thing. This is just like looking at it from the outside and wondering, how does everyone feel about that? And she's like, she really doesn't want to unleash her power because she doesn't want to hurt her friend. She loves Robotown, but they're just beating her to death. And she lets out power. And she looks around expecting everyone to be dead, but actually only 9 or 10 people around her. Only 9 or 10 people around her dead. Unfortunately, one of those people is her friend, and she screams and she runs off, with her bag, because she knew she was going to have to leave, but they wouldn't let her leave. There wanted to be a lynch mob. So she killed 9, including her friend, and now she's going off. And she's still being followed by the robot. And the robot says, oh, I'm reporting to LifeGen. And it's like LifeGen is the big pharmaceutical that uses the people of this place in Africa as kind of their guinea pigs. Sells them drugs which maybe don't work that well. There's sort of definitely the evil corporation thing here, the evil pharmaceutical thing, as another villain. And it's like, well, did they force the seed, push the seed back on her? Did they want a seed? Are they collecting data? I mean, the robot says, you're confusion, and LifeGen wants to study you and figure out what you are so you can be useful, which is like, oh, it's like collecting the aliens and Alien, because they'd be very handy for biotech, biowarfare stuff. So that's where we are so far in Remote Control, where there's a Mervyn Peak is the name of a fox that escaped from the zoo. That is her constant companion, that isn't affected by her glowy superpowers. Her original name was Fatima, which it's like Our Lady of Fatima. It's like kind of the religious connotation there. And she's now called Sandovar, which, oh God, I think was the name of, I can't remember what Sandovar was. It was one of something from her brother, who she also killed. She killed all her family. Pretty brutal that way. All right, that is Remote Control so far. More videos later.